Hello everyone, welcome to the Australian Migration and Education Conclave. Yes, today is the fifth day of the Australian Group Presents Australian Migration and Education Conclave 2023. My name is Anindita Dhawan, PT expert with PT Tutorials Aussizz Group. I will be presenting the examination details of Pearson PTE Academic, which is one of the most important exams, and it plays a important role in giving you 10 or 20 points, that is maximum 20 points in the visa process. The services provided by the Aussizz Group are few, like PT Tutorials, that's PT online coaching, IELTS tutorials, IELTS online coaching, and the CCL tutorials, that is about NATI online coaching. Not only this, the Aussizz mobile applications are also available. Our app works on the Android as well as the iOS phones. I am glad to share the journey with all of you so far. About 25,000 plus PT aspirants have joined our online coaching. Out of that, 83% aspirants have achieved 79 plus score. That is a dream score in PT academic examination, which gives you 20 points in the visa process. 552,000 plus users are there on Android app, and about 219,000 plus users on the iOS app. The rating of our website, that is pttutorials.com, is at 4.5. Not only this, we have a huge Telegram community, my dear friends, wherein we only talk and discuss about the Pearson PT academic examination. And the members there are about 25,000 plus. So now Pearson PT academic examination, the time has been now reduced to 2 hours and 15 minutes. It has 4 modules. These 4 modules are divided into 3 sections. Section A, that's speaking and writing. Section B, reading. And Section C, listening. The PT Tutorials website has a huge collection of the database of the questions, which are the real exam questions. Like in speaking, we have about 2,300 plus questions in our database. Writing, 250 questions accordingly. Reading, 900 questions respectively. Listening, about 1,700 questions respectively. Let us start with the first module, that is the speaking section. Speaking is having 5 units. The examination starts with read aloud. In the read aloud section, the system will give you about 5 or 6 passages to read. Please note, these passages, every passage, the system will give you 40 seconds time to prepare. These are the magical 40 seconds wherein you need to prepare little loudly, little firmly, so that you can be very sure of your pronunciation and the confidence level. So I always request and encourage my students to prepare during this 40 seconds in their natural voice, so that there is no fumbling while you're recording the actual response. First, about the task description. The task is, in the examination, you will get about 5 to 6 questions. Each question prompt length would be about 60 words, and the scoring is partial. Now, what do you mean by the scoring is partial? It's like an integrated unit. It gives you score, it gives you contribution in the marks towards the speaking section, being the core unit of speaking, and also towards the reading section. It's equal weightage. Hence, people, read aloud has to be taken very, very seriously. No shortcuts, because it will help you to get about 22 marks in your reading section. That would be a great help for those who are aspiring for 79 plus. Now, as I have mentioned, that 40 seconds of preparation time. Now, 40 seconds of preparation time, once over, you will hear a beep tone. Once you hear a beep tone, immediately you have to start giving your response. The response time is again for 40 seconds. There's one parent rule in the speaking section, which each one of us has to be very careful of. That's, if at all your response is beyond 3 seconds, meaning there is a delay in the response beyond 3 seconds, Please note, this is a computer-based test. Artificial intelligence is going to evaluate you. In that condition, your response will be considered as a pseudo response, a false start, meaning giving you 0 in the first question. So guys, what is the takeaway? The takeaway here is the moment you hear the beep tone, immediately you have to start registering your response. Now, what all things you need to take care so that you get a full or let me say the maximum score in the read aloud. First, the marking criteria. Basically, for the entire speaking section, there are 3 marking criteria. The first, that's fluency, 5 marks. Second, it's pronunciation, another 5. And third, it's content, another 5. Right? So you have to always remember that fluency rules speaking. That's very, very important. Whatever is the case, come what may, do or die situation, you are not going to get stuck. That's primary and very important. Even if the pronunciation is about 70 to 80%, that's fine. But always remember the weightage of fluency marks in the entire speaking module is very high. Now, as I've already discussed about the score, now the second unit, the second in the order in the speaking module is repeat sentence, a very high priority task. The number 1 task of Pearson PTE Academic examination. Here, you may get about 10 to 12 questions. The challenges are, we are not aware about the order of the questions in the sense, it is a combination of small sentences, medium sentences, and long sentences. The small sentences range between 8 to 10 words, medium sentences about 10 to 13. Anything more than 13 till 16 or 18 is considered to be a long sentence. Guys, most of the PT aspirants, which as per my experience of last 6 years of teaching PTs, they're really scared of the repeat sentence. It's actually not the case. We need to understand it technically, the marking system. Remember, here the fluency is having 5 marks, pronunciation another 5. But content is having a lower relevance or weightage when compared to fluency and pronunciation. That's only 3 marks. And the common error which most of the PT aspirants commit is running after the content. Once you run after the content, obviously you will not be able to remember the 18 or 16 words of a long sentence. You fumble, you get stuck, you forget the sentence, and that drops your fluency. So guys, the trick here is, for small sentences, try to get some 80 to 90% of the content in order. With clarity of speech, do not drop the fluency. For medium sentences, about 10 to 11 words in order. Now, when we have already the habit of repeating at least 10 to 12 words for a medium sentence, then why can we not repeat the same in the long sentences? The long sentences are hardly 15 to 18. The minimum requirement is 9 or 10. I am expecting that you practice and become, at least you repeat 12 words in the sentence. The trick here is, break the long sentence into 2 parts. See, scientifically, the short-term memory will not be having the registration of the middle part. But scientifically, it is proven the short-term memory, which you can immediately recall, has the first part of the sentence and the last part of the sentence. Now, the first part of the sentence having about 4 or 5 words and the last part of the sentence having about 5 or 6 words easily gives you a 10 or 11. That's what we expect from the long sentences. Now, you will say, Anindita, how come I get a 90 if I don't attempt the long sentences completely? Yeah, sure. Why? Absolutely correct. Still, you will get a 90 because here it's an artificial intelligence. The CBT, it will calculate you in a way where in the small sentences, you're getting 90 to 100%, 8.5, 9 bands. Small, medium sentences, again, it is almost 85 to 90%. Let me say 8, 8.5 bands, if not 9. Long sentences, definitely, as you're good with the fluency, you're good with the pronunciation, but you're not able to make it to the content 100%, never mind. You have to be there by at least 60 or 70% of the content. That gives you a 7, 7.5 bands, right? This is the scenario, real-time scenario. And when you average out, you get a 8, 8.5. That is what is my requirement, your requirement. Repeat sentences are very high priority task. And guys, you need to take care that it is integrated in nature. I will be brutally honest with all of you that if at all you do not practice repeat sentences well and with the right strategies, then it will also give you a major dent in the listening section. 51.8 marks to be precise, 30 or 32 towards the speaking, and the balance 20 or 19 towards the listening section. So guys, it's a game changer. Repeat sentence is a game changer. So always consider repeat sentences as the PTE god, and do not hit the sack if you don't practice at least 30 to 50 sentences every day. If you don't offer your prayers to PTE sentences, it will not bless you in the examination. It's a simple logic, guys. I hope I have made things easy for you in the repeat sentence. To get more such strategies from the expert tutors of PTE tutorials, you all can join, interested aspirants can join the PTE online coaching. The details are available on the website, and I will be sharing the details in the later slides as well. Now, the third in the order. The third in the order in the examination of speaking is describe images. Very sweet, simple, easy task. Very easy. First positive point, it's not an integrated unit. Second positive point, it works on the supporting lines, templates, formats. Everything works here, right? Third positive point, it gives you a whole soul 22 marks towards 90 in the speaking, which is another major contribution. So now about the task. The system will give you about 3 or 4 such pictures. It will display 3 or 4 such questions. Describe images are basically about 10 or 12 types of questions, but out of those 10 or 12 types of questions, you will get hardly 3 or 4 questions in the examination. They are the bar graphs, pie graphs, pie charts, line graphs, combos, tables, maps. This is section 1. Let us categorize this 12 questions into 3 categories. Category 1, wherein you have the content in abundance. You have lots and lots of content on the image. Very easy to describe if you have a perfect strategy of the supporting line. Number 2 is semi-content, meaning food chain, life cycles, scientific process, civil layouts, etc., etc., wherein the content is not in abundance, but still there are about 5, 6, 7 words on the image. Still, it is very easy to describe. The third category is the picture category, which is nothing but a plain photograph, wherein you do not have a single word. Now let us divide the content into 3 categories. When you have a heading, name it as a key sentence. When you have some few random words here and there, take it as keywords. When you have some few random numbers here and there, consider them as key numbers. Now it is not necessary to include each and everything which is available on the image in your description. Now, why? Because the task demands it will show you the image and give you only 25 seconds to prepare. Once these 25 seconds are done, you will hear a beep tone. Again, the parent rule of speaking is applicable that any response beyond 3 seconds will be marked as null and void. So guys, you have to be quick enough to register your response when the blue bar progresses from the left to the right hand side. Fine. And yes, always remember, take it as the tutor's advice. Describe image is a part of extended speaking in the skills profile. So you have to speak at least 35 seconds. Between 33 to 35 seconds. If at all you practice 30 seconds at home, mark my words, people, obviously in the examination, you will end up within 30 seconds. You will not cross 30 seconds. If you practice 35 or 37 seconds at home, then definitely you're going to be there between 33 to 35 seconds in the safe zone. That is what is required. The strategy is required. The correct method is required. Now, what is this correct strategy and correct method? There are n number of strategies floating on the internet, and every tutor claims that his or her strategy is correct, right, guys? Fine. I agree with all. But here, with respect to this extended speaking, the right strategy is that template supporting lines which will take you with including the content, relevant content of 30 to 40 words with clear pronunciation and great fluency till 35 seconds. That's the right supporting lines. For such 90 scorer formats, if you all wish to join, you are welcome to join us and enroll in our coaching sessions. We have two kinds of coaching sessions here. One is personal session, that is one-on-one, wherein it is only between the tutor and the aspirant, and the other is the group session. It's a live interactive session. A small suggestion here, those are multiple time test takers unable to crack their desired score. I always suggest them personal sessions because they require attention, personal attention. But for the beginners or the first time test takers, or those students who just require a 50 each for the study visa or a 58 each for the master's program, for them the group sessions work well. The fourth unit. This is the most interesting unit in the entire speaking module. That is retail lecture, guys. Retail lecture in the examination, you will get not more than 2 questions. And what I have seen these days, they give you just 1 question. Now, there are 3 types of questions you can expect. Out of 3, 1 you can expect. First, the one which is now displayed on my computer screen, that is having an image, and simultaneously within 3 seconds, the system will start playing an audio on the auto mode. Okay. The second, no picture, nothing, just directly the audio. Third, it's an audio visual. So guys, tutors advise again, whether it's an audio based question, audio plus image, or an audio visual, whatever it is, just don't bother about it, because we do not, as a PT aspirant, we do not have any job to look at the computer screen. We will immediately pick up the rewritable sheet and the marker pens provided by the that will be provided by the examination center, and immediately start taking down few notes. Now, guys, there is a difference between read a lecture and summarize spoken text. Most of the students are not able to crack a 65 each or a 79 because they consider both the units as, they attempt both the units using similar strategies, or they have the similar approaches. That's not the case. I am very particular about retail lecture, what is retail lecture, and what is summarize spoken text. Now, in retail lecture, you have to write just independent words. Some, let me say 12 to 15 words will give you an easy 35 seconds. This reminds me that retail lecture is also the part of extended speaking. Guys, any lecture, any response length below 30 seconds will not give you a good score. So always remember to use the right approach, the right format or the template to make it to 35 seconds for sure, right? Please note here, the meaning of the sentence is not important. You need not summarize, not important. It is just retelling the lecture. Retelling meaning reciprocating or repeating few words in your own sentences. So let us read the question here. You will hear a lecture. After listening to the lecture in 10 seconds, meaning the system will give you 10 seconds to preparation time. Now, actually, guys, if you ask me, this 10 seconds preparation time is useless. You and I cannot do anything within this 10 seconds. So what is the indicator? The indicator is we have to be pre-prepared. We are not dependent on these 10 seconds. No preparation takes place during these 10 seconds. The preparation is being done at home in the 20 days of curriculum, which we are following, and another 10 days of self-practice. That's okay. That's enough for PTE. It is not a long time game that you keep preparing, and things are not happening for you. Things are not rolling for you. Please speak into the microphone and retell what you have just heard from the lecture in your own words. See, there's a great clue here. Just heard from the lecture in your own words. This is what we have to do. The right selection of the supporting lines, which helps when we combine the keywords which we have captured while listening the lecture, converted into a meaningful sentence. Now, how many sentences we should speak? How we should speak? What is the presentation of the lecture is very important. Let me give you a small hint here, or let me say a tip, a golden tip. Whenever you are presenting your response, giving your response with respect to the retail lecture, always remember it should be divided into 3 parts. 3 parts is equal to 35 or 38 seconds. Part 1, introduction. Part 2, it should include the content which you have captured in 3, 4, or 5 lines. And part 3, compulsorily a conclusion. You have to make the artificial intelligence understand that this is the end of my lecture. Now I am concluding. Note, tutor's advice, once you conclude, never start your response again. Okay, most of the students I have seen that they again start speaking something. Why? When asked, they say, madam, it was only 25 seconds, so I again started speaking. That shouldn't be the case. That's a wrong approach. You have to prepare in a strategy, with a strategy wherein in the first attempt only you are at between 34 to 38 seconds of time, which I love my 35 seconds, right? So take care of this, guys. Maximum questions, 2, minimum for sure 1. Partial credit, meaning it is integrated in nature. Integrated in nature in the sense it gives you marks towards the speaking section being the core unit and towards the listening section. It's 10 plus 11, or at times it is 11 plus 10. Answer short questions. Answer short question, a low priority module. This is how the task screen appears on the examination day. In the examination, you will be having about 3 or 4 questions, and each correct answer will fetch you a +1. Each wrong answer will fetch you a 0. So when each wrong answer will give you a 0, it is my request for all the test takers to say something. See, the problem is, basically, the test takers, you will feel that you are into 3 situations. Either I know the answer, great, good. I don't know the answer, great, good. But most of us will find ourselves in the third situation. I know the answer, but give me some time. I have to recall it. This are you all with me, guys? I felt that I lost you all for a couple of seconds. Are you all there with me? Am I audible? Okay, fine, great. Zarna, I request you to give me the screen control, please.
Anandita, I don't have the screen control. You will have to try and reshare your screen.
Okay. Just check whether my screen is visible.
Yes, I can see task screen. That's the PP slide that's showing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll continue.
No problem.
Sorry, guys, for the intermittent glitch. There was some issue with respect to the internet connectivity, I believe. Yeah. Back to business. We were talking about the answer short questions. So the third situation is wherein you find that you don't know the answer. Now, what should you do if you don't know the answer? The best thing is, as the question, the task does not give us any preparation time, so we have to be spontaneous, immediate enough to respond. Here, they will play an audio. There is no preparation time and there is no beep tone as well. And immediately the response bar will open, the blue color bar. You have to pick up a word from the question itself which best relates to the answer and respond. My only request is do not choose to keep mum. Please, Even if it is wrong, that's fine. It is a low priority task. Don't you worry much about it. You still manage a 90 even getting these questions wrong. Okay, 3 to 4 question. Now, before progressing towards the writing section, there is one important information which I want to share with respect to the speaking is there is no negative marking in all the 5 units. No negative marking. When there is no negative marking, it clearly indicates that you should be very confident and should attempt all the questions with good preparation, right? Okay. The part 2 of Pearson PTE Academic examination is writing section. In the writing section, we have only 2 units. First, summarize written text. Very interesting and very scoring if you do it correctly. First, about the task. The system may give you just 1 or maximum 2 questions. And each question you will be getting 10 minutes time. As here the screen reflects, just a second, let me minimize this. Yeah, this screen reflects. There is a cut, copy, paste options. Whatever you cannot cut, copy, paste from the above passage. Whatever you write can be cut, copy, pasted. Total word count, I mean the word counter is there, and above your answer box you have the timer, right? You have to do efficient time management so that you finish writing the summarized written text within the given time of 10 minutes. Okay, it's an integrated unit. Very important, guys. Please note, take it as a tutor's advice. It gives you 10 important points towards the reading section. I know each one of you will find reading tough. Reading more difficult. Reading is very difficult. Reading is very difficult, isn't it? I know that. So now, and moreover, put together reading units, it is only 47 marks. It is not out of 90, though you will be scored out of 90. 22 is coming from the read aloud, 10 from the summarized written text. Likewise, from other modules, other units, it borrows marks and sums it up to 90, right? Now, how do we get a 10 here for the reading and 10 towards the writing section? Very important. This is Pearson's love. They want you to write in compound complex sentence structure. There are 2 conditions. They want you to write the summary of this passage in one single sentence. That's the first condition. And number 2, the second condition is they want you to write in compound complex sentence, which is not mentioned on the task screen now. It is there in the Pearson score guide, right, guys? So only this requires a little bit of practice and right guidance from the expert, PT expert, who can help you understand what is a simple sentence, what is a compound sentence, and what is a complex sentence. Only this thing. Once you understand what is a simple sentence, once you understand what is a compound and complex sentence, it is very easy to use the connector, that is the subordinate conjunctions or the coordinate conjunctions, and convert it into a compound complex sentence structure. Guys, my small request here, because I have seen there are so many strategies floating on the internet which are not appropriate, that is, select 2 sentences, use and, put a full stop at the end and move on. That may work sometime, may not work also. If you get a small paragraph here, definitely it will work. If you get a big paragraph of 300 words, obviously it will not work. I will try to explain here logically. Fine. 300 words in the passage, and we are selecting just 2 sentences, one from that side and one from the bottom, and trying to join it with a connector, simple connector, and trying to summarize it. Definitely, the answer may be correct in the sense the writing may be correct. Let us now read the question. Your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and how well your response presents the key points in the passage. Maybe part 1 is correct. Somehow the tutor taught me to use a conjunction or a connector, and I have selected 2 sentences and converted it into a compound complex sentence. Great, good, 10 out of 10 in the writing. But unfortunately, your answer is correct but incomplete. Guys, you know why? Because it is not completely summarizing the essence of the passage. You have to read the rest part of the question as well, and how well your response presents the key points in the passage. Now, if I don't read the passage properly, just randomly select two sentences from here and there, join with the correct connected, definitely you will be managing 50, 58 also, but not a 65 or a 79. If luck favors, 65, but definitely not a 79. So learn the strategy, right strategy, which is a very simple strategy, and get and reserve your score. Don't waste your attempts, multiple attempts. It only leads to demotivation. Fine. So I request all of you to join us. We have group of expert tutors with PTE coaching, and the coaching starts from 5:30 in the morning Indian Standard Time, and it is still 9:30 in the evening Indian Standard Time. Whatever slots suits you, you can book accordingly and join us. We will be more happy to help you. Yes, as I've already discussed, the prompt length is not mentioned there. It is between the answer should be between 5 to 75 words, and it's an integrated unit. Minimum one for sure, maximum two questions. Essays. Essays are the most easiest one in the entire PT academic examination, though it requires a little bit of hard work. You know, the hard work which we used to do during our school days, memorizing, right, learning the structure. So in essays, I know there are a couple of questions like um, which essay format works, which essay format doesn't work these days, is my format correct, is this a correct appropriate for all and every kind of questions. So my answer to you for such kind of questions is, number one, a single format practically doesn't suit to all kind of questions. That's number one. Okay. Number two, as it doesn't suit practically to all kind of questions, what are the question types? There are some 5 question types in Pearson PT academic examination, guys. Number one, they will give you a statement, essay statement, and they will ask your opinion. These are known as opinion essays. Then they will give you a statement. They will ask you about a problem statement. They will ask you about, or a simple statement. They will ask you what are the problems and also suggest the solutions. Third, they may give you a plain simple statement and then ask both the sides, the pros and the cons, advantages and disadvantages. Fourth, they can give you a simple statement, a direct question, but it may have some 3 or 4 questions into it. If they may ask you the problem solution in the same question, the opinion, what do you agree, put everything put together. That is your direct questions. Now tell me, guys, when there are so many permutation combination of the types of questions in the essay, is it practically correct to use just one format or one template and write everything, any question? Practically it is not, but still I will say okay for those aspirants who are just looking for a 50 each for the temporary residency or a study visa, okay, or a 58, but for 65, which gives you 10 points in the visa process, or a 79, which gives you 20 points in the visa process, please opt for appropriate relevant 90 scorer formats available with PT coaching online, right? You can register with us and get an access of all such high scoring formats. Yes, the marking criteria is grammar, spelling, linguistic coherence, length, your structure, vocabulary, content. The essay will be marked out of 15 marks, and you may get minimum 1, maximum 2 questions. These days, guys, I really don't want to scare you. I just want you to be mentally prepared. Last 2 months, we have observed, rather 2.5 months from like April, May, and June, I have observed that students are getting 2 essays and 1 SWT. Right? I'm just sharing this information, piece of information with all of you so that you be mentally prepared. They have to have for 10 plus 20 plus 20, 50 minutes of writing. It requires stamina. So how to develop that stamina? Practice during the weekends, at least 2 essays, Saturday 1 essay, Sunday 1 essay, and do efficient time management so that you don't miss on the proofreading, right? Okay, this is the essay structure, which I've already discussed. Okay, now let me come to the reading section. The most important section and the most toughest one as per the PT aspirants. Join us, we will make it very easy for you guys. You can visit our Instagram profile, YouTube channel, and find out so many testimonials given by the students wherein they have scored a perfect 90 in the reading section. perfect 90. Without having a perfect 90 in the speaking, still they managed a perfect 90 in the reading section. That is the magic we can do for all of you. But you have to trust us, give us your valuable time so that we can assist you, help you bridge the gap in your understanding. There are 5 units in the reading section. The first, it will start with this multiple choice question, multiple answer is a low priority unit. The only takeaway here, which I want to share with all of you, is just go with one option. Do not go with the second option. Even if you have a single iota of doubt, please drop the idea of going for the second option. Just one option and you're home. This will help you in 2 ways. Number one, it will not confuse your mind. Number two, it will not increase the fatigue because you have been reading now. And number three, it will not waste your time because we have more important tasks to do, right? So multiple choice question, multiple answers, and multiple choice question, single answers, they are low priority unit, guys. Do not waste time. Do it very quickly. Even if you get a 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 3 or even a 0, I'm still okay, because remember, 8 bands starts from 79. You still have 11 marks to lose. Though we are not going to lose, but you have that liberty there, right? So do not stress yourself that you have to get every answer correct in the reading. There has to be a strategy wherein you get at least 37 marks out of 47 or 38 marks out of 47 in reading, which easily gives you a 79 or a 80, my dear friends. Fine. Reorder paragraph. A moderate, low to moderate priority. I will not say it is a completely low priority. Yes, low priority for 50 or 58 plus. A moderate priority for 65 each and 79 plus. Right? 79 each. Fine. A simple rule. Please do not spend more than 90 seconds or 2 minutes on this question. Why? Because it is about 6 to 7 marks only, number one. Number two, you have to learn these strategies which help you to make quick pairs. Quick pairs. See, always remember, they seem to be really tough, but you can make it simpler for yourself. How? By getting the pairs correct. Even if you don't get the entire story correct, that's all fine. If there are 5 sentences, you need to make 4 pairs. If there are 6 sentences, you need to make 5 pairs. So what is your primary objective? Your primary objective is to get at least 50% mark out of 6. Let me get some 3 or 4 pairs correct. I am not worried about getting all correct. But if you learn the right strategy with us, then obviously with little bit of practice, because in our group sessions also, we do about half an hour of practice every day with respect to the modules, right? So you get a chance to learn, to get yourself introduced towards the right strategies, learn, and also practice, meaning whatever rules we teach, we make you apply on the questions so that there is no confusion and the air is clear. Right, guys? Okay, great. Fill in the blanks. There are 2 kinds of fill in the blanks in the reading section. Okay. The examination will start with reading and writing fill in the blanks, which is of the topmost priority, 44 marks. Integrated in nature. I'll talk about this. Integrated in nature. In the sense, it gives you 22 marks towards your reading and 22 towards your writing section, guys. Fine. Yes. Now, how to solve this? Most of you find it very difficult, isn't it? So let me be clear with all of you guys. Number one, as they are of high priority, we need to manage the time efficiently. If there are 5 blanks, consider that you will be taking about 2.5 minutes to solve. If there are 6 blanks per question, it is between 2.5 to 3 minutes. If there are more than 6, your higher limit is 3 minutes per question. Otherwise, if we give more time to one particular question, it would be difficult for us to finish the entire, all the 5 units in the given time. There are 3 sets floating in the examination these days. Set 1, 14 questions and 30 minutes. Set 2, 15 and 32 minutes. Set 3, 16 questions and 34 minutes. So what is the first thing that hits your mind? Let me say you got 15 questions and 32 minutes. The first thing for the PT aspirant is, okay, 15 twos are 30. I have 2 minutes per question. I can easily do it, right? But actually, that is not the scenario, my dear friends. In the examination, reading and writing fill in the blanks do take little more time when compared to the other units. It is between 2.5 to 3 minutes. Fine. So when we are now using extra time in reading and writing fill in the blanks, how do we compensate? We compensate from the low priority modules like reading multiple choice question, multiple answer reading, and multiple choice question, single answer reading. There's no point giving 2 minutes there on those low priority modules. You have to compensate the time which you have already used in the reading, writing, fill in the blanks, 2.5 and 3 minutes, right? And the similar has to be the approach with respect to the reading fill in the blanks. Now, let me come to the strategies directly. I know every one of you are, every one of you very eager to know how to solve this. Do we have a golden rule? Can we apply just one trick and solve everything, right? Now, that just one trick and to solve everything is collocation words. And the collocation words is a list of words not prepared by us or any PTE tutor. It is prepared and approved and published by Pearson PTE Academic on their website. Join our Telegram group, which is an open public group wherein we have 25,000 members daily interacting with the PTE tutors and we help solve their queries and doubts. Therein, you can get the file of Pearson PTE academic collocation words. I want each one of you, whenever you have some leisure time, go through these collocation words. This will help you understand how a native speaker speaks English. I'll give you a simple example, guys, just to make you understand what is collocation words and why it is important. Now, let me say, there are two sentences. Sentence one, I have the situation one, I have met my friend after a long time and I find her that she has put on weight. Okay. Now, my English, my way of speaking English. Hey, hi, you have increased weight. Type 2. Hey, hi, you have gained weight. Now, grammatically, both sentences are correct. Increased weight, gained weight, grammatically both correct. But if a native speaker listens to me that I am saying, hey, you have increased weight, he will laugh at me. Why? Because that is the wrong English. Somehow, gained weight is the colloquial use of these two combination words. Increased weight doesn't go with the body weight. Got it, guys? So grammatically, both the sentences are correct, but usage-wise, increased weight is wrong. Only the gained weight is correct. Such combination of words are available in the collocation list, which is there in our open public Telegram group. I welcome each one of you to be there and utilize that one. That is one golden tip. The next, basic knowledge of grammar. Basic knowledge of grammar is a must. We in our coaching sessions teach you the parts of speech, the tenses, the active voice and the passive voice, so that things become clear and you don't get confused between should I pick. Okay, let me give you another example. There is a sentence, the entire story is going in the past tense. It is written in the past tense, fine? And everyone knows past tense is ed, right? Any word which is having ed at the end of the word is a past tense, okay? Now, the situation is they have given you controlled, had controlled, have controlled, has controlled. There are 4 options in the drop down. The entire sentence is in the past tense and the options are also in the past tense. Had controlled, have controlled, has controlled and only controlled. Now, which one will you pick up? Is the question to think about. There is the point you need to be very clear. Now, what is the difference between a simple past tense, only a ed controlled, and a past perfect tense that is had control? Has to be clear in your mind. Such small doubts we clear in the coaching sessions, which helps you to quickly grab a +1. Right, guys? Fine. So I would request all of you, especially for the reading section, if you are struggling hard, you should join the coaching session and get your concepts clear. Right? Okay, now let me come to the listening section, the section C of Pearson PTE Academic Examination, and this is the longest one, about 8 units. The first is summarize spoken text, a very interesting one, as I was discussing before, that please do not get confused that the approach for retail lecture and summarize spoken text has to be the same. It should never be the same, guys. Okay, now summarize spoken text Always remember, it comes with a time limit, it comes with a word limit, and also it is independent of the number of sentences, right? So my only submission here is rather a request to all of you, those guys, those PT aspirants who are looking for a 65 each or a 79 each, stop using the method of written lecture, stop replicating the method of written lecture in summarized spoken text. You will get your own answers. You will yourself find out that why automatically your score has aged up. It has shot from 60 to 80, or let me say 65 to directly 80. Small things, small corrections in the approach will help you score your desired marks. Right, people? Clear? Okay. So now if you ask me about how many templates, there are many templates. Do you use a template? Depending upon the aspirant's requirement, not only I, the group of tutors in PT tutorials teach accordingly, right? Please understand, all the tutors, they have many strategies which caters to the requirement of the common audience. Common audience meaning those who are looking for a 50, 58, 65, or a 79. Now, here the requirements differ from each other. Hence, the teaching techniques also differ. Fine, guys? It is not a standard one which we give it to all and say, yes, done. It's not like that, my dear friends. Listing fill in the blanks, yes. There are small tips which I would like to share with all of you so that you can excel in this section. That's the knowledge of the compound nouns. See, spelling, you have to have a strong spelling. That's very clear. That's very, very clear. That is the basic fundamental of this unit. But the second thing, in spite of having the spelling correct, still we get a 0 in certain blanks. Why? Because we do not have the knowledge of do not have the knowledge of compound nouns. Now, what are compound nouns? Compound nouns are three kinds. Two words written together. One without a space, like homework. You can use home and work separately. You can use it together without a space. It becomes a compound noun. Two words written together with a space. Three, two words written together but with a hyphen, like long hyphen distance. Okay. Read, that is reread. Okay, that is how you need to take care. Now, such kind of words do come in the blanks. Pearson loves to confuse its test takers. So it will give you deep water. Now, what is deep water? Everyone will think, okay, deep hyphen water. No, unfortunately not. It is deep space water. It's an open compound noun. A closed compound noun is like matchstick, ice cream, homework, etc. And the hyphenated words, they are absolutely different. They come with a hyphen, like mother, hyphen in, hyphen law, mother-in-law. So we teach you all such techniques which helps you understand how to make a difference or identify between the open compound nouns, closed compound nouns, and the hyphenated words. Not only that, we also teach you again simple grammar techniques here so that you can easily identify. See, what do we miss here in the listening fill in the blanks? You know the word, you heard the word, you wrote the word. Unfortunately, it is still a 0 in spite of the correct spelling. What are the reasons? The reason is only one, that is grammar. I missed a plural. It was a plural. I forgot that S because I did not read the sentence. I was not having the knowledge of grammar, simple basic grammar. I missed the ed, the past participle or the past tense. Why? Because I did not have the knowledge of grammar. Such simple tricks we teach you to fix the gap so that you excel in the listening fill in the blank section, guys. Highlight incorrect words. I love this unit. Very interesting, and it helps you to break the monotony, while the PT aspirants preparing for the test, they are so worked up, stressed, burdened, peer pressure, family pressure. When will you give 79? When will that visa come? XYZ, XYZ. But this is a real monotony breaker. It will refresh you. Highlight incorrect words. Just two things which I want to share with all of you. Take it as a tutor's advice. Number one, no guesswork. If you have even a single iota of doubt, no guesswork. Drop that idea of selecting that word, because if at all it is wrong, It gives you a direct dent in the reading section, a -1. You notice how difficult to score in reading. And then why should I lose from this simple, that compelling habit of, okay, that temptation? Let me click it. Let me click it. That let me click it will lose +1. It will give you a -1 in the reading. So guys, I request you, folded hands, don't do that. Come out from the temptation. Okay, that's one. And number two, how to improve. See, what is the biggest challenge in highlight incorrect words? The biggest challenge in the highlight incorrect words is getting yourself habitual with the native accent. That's the problem, because they play around with the homophones and the semi-homophones. The words which sound similar do have a different spelling and a different meaning. For example, sun. It is SON, sun, my sun, or it is SUN, sun, the planet. Now you have to understand and read, comprehend while you're listening to the entire, so that you figure out, okay, this is not SON, sun. It is nothing related to my child or my boy. It is about the planet, the galaxy. It is SUN, sun. You immediately tick that word. Fine. So comprehension skills very important, and how to make yourself habitual with respect to the accent is never ever practice highlight incorrect words, declaring a curfew at home. Day after tomorrow or after 10 days, I am having PT exam. Please go out from the room. I want to be in isolation. Never. Pick your laptop, sit in the living room, let everyone make some noise. If there is no one at home, turn on the TV, put on some English news channel in the moderate to low to moderate volume. Have that external noise, because in the examination, be mentally prepared. You will be getting questions which are having inbuilt noise. Noise of a radio station, crowd cheering, whispering, people cross talking, animals, forest, etc., etc. Those are distraction techniques what Pearson used to distract you from the original paragraph. Right, guys? So you create that ambience while you practice so that you excel in the examination. Right? Oh my God. This is the second most important unit, that is the write from dictation. Very, very important, guys. Very important. As I have said, repeat sentence, 51.8 marks precisely. This is 46 marks. And this is one of the major contributors. And look, the fun fact. What is the fun fact? In spite of being the core unit of the listening section, it gives you a high weightage towards the writing section. 26 towards writing and 20 towards the listening section, guys. Hardly minimum 2, maximum 5 questions. Very easy. Very easy. But what makes people miss last question, half question of write from dictation is poor time management, people, poor time management. That's the only reason. Okay, so we teach you the right ways of write from dictation, the strategies wherein you can write what you should do. There are questions like people ask, Madam, can I write 21 words? Can I write 26 words? Why should you write 21 and 26 when the sentence already is having hardly 10 or 12 words? Will it not waste your time, consume your time? That is why you are missing the third sentence, because you're unnecessarily writing words. So what kind of extra words you should write to get a full out of full in write from dictation is being taught by the PTE group of tutors and PTE tutorials. Guys, I would love to share all such tricks. Not only me, all my co-tutors would love to share such tricks and strategies with all of you. Please join us. Okay. Yeah, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to be on the same page. We keep on updating, and the Facebook as well. For all admission related queries, you can WhatsApp. The India number is +91 955 845 9119. And the Australia number is +61 414 33 9610. I repeat, 955 +91 is the India code, 955 845 9119. Australia +61 414 33 9610. I would request all of you to leave your session review at this particular link. It is available, like the while you have joined, it is there. And that's all. this is the end of the session today, guys. And I would request now Zarna to help me with the questions, if any.
Hi, Anindita. Thanks a lot for all your insights. We don't have any questions yet. Please, everyone, if you all have any questions, please drop them in, and Anindita would be happy to answer them.
Not able to view. There's some guest who's saying not able to view.
Oh, I can view it actually.
Yeah,
Maybe
even I
try
can
to
view
leave
it.
and rejoin the session. That might help.
No, I can view it, Zarna. There is no problem with respect to the chat box. I see Imran Hanif raising his hand. Imran, you can write down the question in the chat box. I will be happy to answer you. There is a question that is from Veena. Okay, no. It is from Anush Bharadwaj. What is the best way to get marks in reading? Okay, that's a wonderful question. That is what I explained. The best way to get marks in reading is to know about the collocation words, basic rule of grammar, application of right grammar, and then the elimination and matching technique. If at all we fall little behind with respect to the vocabulary knowledge, right? Then you have to understand the elimination and matching technique. I understand that all of the PT test takers always treated English as a subject, not as a language. Those students who have who has treated English as a language, they have good vocabulary. People who have treated it as a subject, they have some intermediate, basic to intermediate vocabulary, guys. Has PTE, who's this? Karan Chatola. Okay, Karan Chatola, has PTE changed the format of the listening section earlier this year by any chance? No, Karan, there is no change in the listening section. It is comprising of 8 units. And in summarized spoken text, they have declared minimum one, maximum two questions. Rest all same. Oh yeah, though it is not a recent change, you can always expect some audiovisual questions in multiple choice question, multiple answer, and multiple choice question, single answer. Okay, I hope I have answered you, Karan Chatola. Then how to score mark in listening? Okay, it's very simple. See, so there are 4 priority units which you need to take care while you attempt the listening task and while you do practice at home. Number one is your write from dictation, 46 marks. Number two, that is summarize spoken text. Number three, fill in the blanks. And number four, highlight incorrect words. If you excel in these 4 units, I'm sure you will be there 79 plus. If I got 1 out of 3 questions in reading wrong, then it is possible to get a 90. You mean to say 1 out of 3 in reading? Reading. Number one, there is okay. Reading fill in the blanks you're talking about, or reading and writing fill in the blanks. Let me clarify. Reading and writing fill in the blanks, never 3 questions. It is always between 5 to 7. Fine. In reading blanks, when you have to drag and drop, there is a chance that you get just 3 questions, minimum three, maximum. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm reading. Okay, reorder paragraphs. If I get 1 out of 3 questions in reorder wrong, 1 out of 3 questions, that's a definitely yes. Definitely yes. Don't worry. Okay, you're welcome, Anush Bharadwaj. Okay, guys, if no more questions, then I hope the session was informative and it helped you. And would like to see you all in our coaching sessions for more information. And please, I request all of you, give us an opportunity to be a part of your success journey. Over to you, Zarna.
Thanks a lot for that. Thank you for joining us today. I have dropped ma'am's email address in the chat box. If you all want to reach her personally, you all can message your queries there and she would be responding back to you. Thank you everyone for that.
Okay, guys, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.